try to wrap your head around these films. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down the top 10 mind-bending science fiction movies. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at science fiction films that, using out-of-this-world visuals, reality-warping settings, or brain-busting plotlines, leave the viewer's mind melted on the floor. Number 10, eXistenZ.
Sounds like a game. It's not going to be easy to market.
But it's a game everybody's already playing.
Released in the same year as a higher-profile film featuring people plugged into fabricated realities, more on that shortly, David Cronenberg's eXistenZ was sadly overlooked by many. For fans of high-concept sci-fi, however, it's a must-watch. The plot explores a future in which people play hyper-realistic virtual reality games via a biotechnological umbilical cord connection. It's a cool concept that throws the audience for loop after loop, as virtual realities nest within one another. To make matters even more mind-bending, these VR worlds influence the behavior of players within the game. Much like the central characters, you'll soon lose track of the distinction between game and reality.
It feels completely unreal.
Number 9, The Fountain.
But every shadow, no matter how deep, is threatened by morning light.
There are few filmmakers who can make you question your sanity and reality quite like Darren Aronofsky, the director who has given us such jarring films as Mother and Black Swan. Before delivering those psychological horrors, however, Aronofsky took us on a psychedelic, spiritual sci-fi trip of a lifetime with this epic investigation of love, immortality, space, and time, The Fountain.
Death turns all to ash, and thus, death frees every soul.
Blending 3 stories set in the past, present, and future, and each told in a non-linear fashion, the film blurs the lines between symbolism and reality beyond recognition, creating a cinematic experience that is undeniably hard to wrap your head around. For the bold and open-minded, however, it's not without its rewards.
Why are you telling me this?
I'm not afraid anymore, Tommy.
Number 8, Moon.
How are things down there?
Though dense layering of realities and overlapping stories can certainly go a long way in producing a mind-bending film, they are far from prerequisites. As Duncan Jones's excellent Moon proves, a single actor, placed in a single location, can be just as tough to process as a convoluted plot or reality-warping visuals. Starring Sam Rockwell, Moon offers a twist for the ages that comes with serious psychological ramifications that will force you to seriously reflect on the question of identity.
Where am I?
Sam, you're in the infirmary. You had an accident.
Though some spoilers are inevitable, we prefer not to give this one away. If you haven't seen Moon, you should really check it out for yourself.
We got a live one on Mark. I'm gonna go out now and rope her in.
Number 7, Dark City.
When was the last time you remember doing something during the day?
Starring Rufus Sewell, who you may recognize from A Knight's Tale and The Man in the High Castle, Dark City is a neo-noir sci-fi flick like few others. Though it largely flew under the radar of cinema-goers, it's often cited as one of the most underappreciated and oft-overlooked films in the genre.
You can't fake something like that.
No, you can't.
Film critic Roger Ebert went so far as to call it a great visionary achievement. With its amnesiac main character, foreboding ever-changing city, where it's perpetually nighttime, and injectable memories, the film gives you a whole lot to process.
Or are we, in fact, more than the mere sum of our memories?
Number 6, The Matrix.
The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us.
Of all the mind-bending, high-concept sci-fi films released near the turn of the millennium that deal with constructed realities, The Matrix is by far the film that had the greatest impact. The minds of cinema-goers were forced to consider some really big questions, taking the age-old question, am I dreaming, to new technological heights.
What are you trying to tell me? That I can dodge bullets?
Of course, the fact that these psychological and philosophical concepts were paired with superb action and special effects ensured that they would be contemplated by a huge number of people. What if literally everything around you was a fabrication designed to control you? Would you take the red pill or the blue pill?
Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Number 5, Donnie Darko.
What did Frank say?
He said to follow him.
With its youthful star and angsty characters providing plenty of appeal to younger audiences, Donnie Darko is a film that made a generation of teens realize that cinema could be a whole lot more than entertainment. But its dense plot, psychological concepts, and overall intelligence offers something to all demographics, not just adolescents. From the character of Frank, the terrifying and influential bunny, to its handling of space-time, Donnie Darko functions as a highly atmospheric yet scientifically captivating piece of cinema.
Why are you wearing that stupid bunny suit?
Why are you wearing that stupid man suit?
Its youthful fanbase has often caused it to be dismissed as an angsty teen flick, but it's really so much more. As for the sequel though, don't go anywhere near it.
What do you think God's fart tastes like?
Marshmallow Peeps.
Number 4, 12 Monkeys.
There's no right, there's no wrong, there's only popular opinion.
Many filmmakers have presented us with their take on a nightmarish dystopian future, but none do it with the unique style of Terry Gilliam. Inspired by a 1962 French short sci-fi film, 12 Monkeys stars Bruce Willis as a time-traveling convict, James Cole, who is sent back in time to identify the origins of the virus that has forced humanity underground. Of course, when going from one time to another, things can get confusing, and sure enough, Cole soon begins questioning his own sanity.
I'm insane, and you are my insanity.
The film dives deep into the cyclical ramifications of time travel. It may take you more than one viewing to really get it, but this brilliant sci-fi film is worth it.
Want to hear the monkey speak?
Number 3, Interstellar.
Initiating spin!
Whatever the subject, be it World War II, magicians, or the Caped Crusader, filmmaker Christopher Nolan does his homework to deliver a finished product crafted with care and attention to detail. Though Inception, his other reality-bending sci-fi movie, might be the superior film, when it comes to messing with your mind, Interstellar tops his filmography.
World's a treasure, Donald. It's been telling us to leave for a while now.
The science is all there. Nolan worked with theoretical physicist Kip Thorne to ensure his depiction of these high scientific concepts were accurate. Bending space, time, and the human mind, Interstellar goes deep into the realm of science to deliver some truly spectacular visuals and complex depictions of time and reality as we know it.
It's not possible. No, it's necessary.
Number 2, Primer.
But what's worse, thinking you're being paranoid or knowing you should be?
This film was filmed on a shoestring budget, and yet it manages to put the vast majority of big-budget time travel films to shame. How? By focusing on what really matters. The nebulous, deeply perplexing rules of time travel.
Man, are you hungry? I haven't eaten since later this afternoon.
You can watch Primer a dozen times with a viewing guide, and you'll still get a headache trying to follow the scientific complexity of it all. It's a film firmly grounded in reality, and relies on science to simultaneously entertain, captivate, amaze, and befuddle. From first-time filmmaker Shane Carruth, it's a true feat of storytelling.
Did we blow something?
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Because my memories aren't really memories. They're just one possible eventuality now.
Over-specialize and you breed in weakness. It's slow death.
Come to me.
Number 1, 2001: A Space Odyssey.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
It might be an oldie, but it's still a goodie, and one hell of a trip. As arguably the greatest and most influential sci-fi film of all time, 2001: A Space Odyssey needs little introduction. But even against steep competition, in the form of films that have come since with greater budgets and effects at their disposal, A Space Odyssey holds up as the most mind-bending film in the genre's history.
Look, Dave. I can see you're really upset about this.
Deliberately ambiguous, the film asks huge, unanswerable questions, like the future of humanity and the role of alien life, and more. With its then groundbreaking visuals and deeply perplexing ending, 2001: A Space Odyssey is a film so mind-bending that one could spend a lifetime contemplating it.
Well, I must say, you guys have certainly come up with something.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.